Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. It's our 188th week together. My name's Levi McCurdy. My voice sounds like this due to a helium balloon incident when I was 12 years old. I'll tell you the story another day. Make sure while you're listening to this, you've hit the subscribe button, you hit the like button, the little thumbs up right below the video, and of course, the best way and the only way to show your support for free, by the way, is to hit that share button. And, you know, whether you have a million followers on X, whether you're popping over on Facebook, or whether you have 87 followers on Instagram, share this episode with a friend, with a family member, maybe your mom. Hey, that's it, dude. You need to share this episode with your mom. You know why? It's Mother's Day, okay? Mother's Day is presumably when you're probably listening to this Sunday. Here we are. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And what better gift? Hey, don't spend your money in this economy.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean? That could be way louder. Hey, turn it up.
What are we doing?
Better. And so now, what better way to save money in this ever-burning economy that we're living in than to give your mother the free gift of entertainment, happiness, joy, a laugh? If you share this episode with your mother, she'll probably deem it the best Mother's Day to date.
What are we doing?
And it's all thanks to me. And so you're welcome. It's perfect. And even if then you think, wow, yeah, okay, let's start with the free gift of sharing the video. We'll give mom this episode. But then what if we actually want to spend a little money? I'll tell you what you can do. You can go on over to cameo.com/what are we doing podcast, and a newly on sale Cameo account for only $2 will get you a custom designed, custom made, custom recorded message from yours truly at cameo.com/what are we doing podcast. Perfect for Mother's Day, birthdays, anniversary celebrations, whatever thing you've got coming up is what we're going to give it to you for. So write your request in, and it's only $2. And so then I think even if you give them like your email or whatever, you get like 15% off. So 15% off of $2 is like what? 24, it's like 20 cents, something silly like that. So you're only going to pay like $1.75.
What are we doing?
You can't even get out of the Dollar Tree these days for spending more than that. So you just get your mother, share this video with her. Once then she fully digests who we are, what we're about, where we're from, what we do, and the question gets answered every time.
What are we doing?
That's just phase one of the gift. And then you're like, Mom, there's something more. Check your email, and boom. There's a 90-second custom video recorded message from me, from you, and them that we all came up with in the family together to her directly. And what better way to make her day? When your mother wakes up on Mother's Day, she's expecting the same old boring flowers, the same old boring card from the grocery store aisle that you get the morning of. And she's going to look at it, and she's going to put it away, and it's going to go in a drawer somewhere, and she's never going to look at it again. You know what she's going to watch over and over and over and over again? A custom cameo from this face.
What are we doing?
I'll press the button. You know what I mean? We're going to have a great time recording it. And so at that, then at least it'll be something that she continues to enjoy for years and years and years to come. And if you do this year, chances are next year, you don't even have to do anything. You probably won't even need to get out of bed. Mother's Day 2026, sit this one out, King. You won last year when you gifted the What Are We Doing podcast.
What are we doing?
So last week I gave us all a glimpse into what it is that we're doing on a daily basis with AI. Okay, we give you AI Jesus. He's talking about his favorite movie, Dumb and Dumber, with his best friend Satan. Hilarious. But now, the newest wave of AI generated videos comes with a mixed reality of actual podcast clips and the AI generated videos of themselves, aka in this time, it's baby versions of the podcast host. And so if you haven't seen any of these, let me introduce you to a few. Here's one of your favorites, hilarious, Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino from the Bad Friends podcast as tiny, adorable, precious, just the most cutest little tiny babies on the planet. Here they are. Look at this.
Animal in Chicago, the grizzly animal.
In Chicago?
Your mom. That grizzly animal.
Don't talk about my mother.
It's just a joke. Relax.
Yeah, my mother's.
By the way,
she's a beautiful woman.
Unlike your cross-eyed mother.
Well, don't.
I'm not Bobby mother. I'm Bobby mom.
You're so mean, dude.
When Andrew, but two things. One, baby Andrew in this clip looks exactly like my son. So if you want to envision what my son looked like as a precious little child, toddler thing, he looked just like that, hilariously enough. And two, anytime Andrew Santino does an impression of Bobby's mom, it's through the roof. You're dead after laughter every single time.
What are we doing?
It might be one of the funniest bits on the goddamn planet. And so we've got baby Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino talking. And of course, what could be even better than that, dude? What could be even better than generating a Bobby Lee, Andrew Santino? Let's generate the king, presumably right now. Because let's face it, it's not out. Not Joe Rogan.
What are we doing?
I think I did see a baby version of Joe Rogan, but it was terrifying. It looked like an alien. And it just, I didn't save that one because I wanted to save you all from seeing that horrific piece of work. And so it's not him. Arguably Theo Vaughn as a baby. Check this out. I mean, you know, he's the king of comedy.
If you pet a dog and he don't walk off, God, I love that. God, I love that. If you pet a dog and he stay right there and let you do it, God, you turn into a dang pedophile, baby. You know what I'm saying, boy?
And the dog is so good.
You get that wowzer on that schnauzer, baby. He keeps letting you do it. You get that little, that glee-shon on that V-shon, baby.
Wow.
That is when that's when you feel God working. When you pet a dog, a strange dog, a miscellaneous dog.
A miscellaneous dog, dude.
What are we
And
doing?
it let you keep petting. Oh, make you want to kick a fat kid at Kmart. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus
Praise God.
Christ. Shout out to Theo.
What are we doing?
And he posted this, by the way. So, you know, at the end of the day, this is what we need to use AI for. We don't need to make AI any more advanced. We don't need to keep working on the AI agents we're building. We don't need any more. AI is great. At this point in time, we can generate any image we want. We can generate any video we want. We can generate any text we want. Let's cut it off right there. Let's stop it right there. We can we'll give like OpenAI and Google and Gemini and Microsoft Copilot, all that crap. We give them like one more year and then we're done. After that, let's cut it off because it's already this good. What more do we need? What more do we need AI to do for us as already fat and lazy humans? I just was on the phone with a buddy of mine, 8 a.m. on my birthday, by the way.
What are we doing?
The audacity to schedule a phone call with me at 8 a.m. on my birthday. The audacity.
What are we doing?
But I was like, bro, you gotta use AI. And he's like writing an email on the call. And I'm like, wait, hey, bro, don't send the email. I said, copy and paste it, go to chat.com, type in, make this better. It's an email to a client. Hit paste, then hit enter and see what happens. And he's like, whoa, bro. That's the next words that come out of his mouth. He says, yo, bro, that shit's crazy. I need to use this now. I use it every day. It pretty much controls and runs my life. I haven't written an email in 2 years. Yeah, I write every single email that I send out, but then I copy and paste it into ChatGPT, one of my many projects, depending on which company I'm sending an email to or from. I put it in a specific folder because it has specific instructions, because it knows me, my business, and everything I'm about, my attitude, how I want it to end and sound. And then boom, psh, say, here's the email, rewrite it, do your thing. And it spits out the perfect email every time. It's closing deals for me. It's helping me make money. I make money from it every day of the week. And that's great. And we're going to continue doing that. But we don't need it to go any further.
What are we doing?
We don't need any more advancements. We've got baby Theo Vaughn with a chihuahua sitting there. You know what I mean? And so it doesn't need to get better than that. I don't think it needs to get better than that, because what else could it, what more? There's gonna be something's coming, right? I've said it so many times. There's going to be a meeting between Zucks and the Google guy and Tim Apple and all of the big billionaire players of the world, okay? The CEOs, all of the big tech guys are going to have to come together. The Amazon, what's his name, Bezos, they're all going to have to come back down to Earth from space, and they're going to have a conversation. And there's going to be some form of worldwide AI organization, in the sense that it will then need to span the cover of music, art, video, audio, and text, to the point where if it did come from an AI-generated server, it will automatically have a non-removable, blockchain trackable Web3 element of such, like it's going to be verified on the blockchain, like every Bitcoin transaction, right? And so it's then going to be a verified situation, to the point where we're not going to know what's real and what's not. So then they're going to have to start regulating. And there are going to have to be labels like there are for ads now. You can't be on Instagram or TikTok or Reels or whatever you're watching, YouTube Shorts. Follow our channel. It's not as easy to detect anymore. A lot of it looks real, and then you get like a dog transforming into like a bodybuilder, and you're like, okay, well, this one's clearly AI, but the one I just watched with the lady who's AI now, we have AI avatars now.
What are we doing?
We have AI girlfriends that are real and realistic. I mean, the whole thing sounds like she's a human being. I mean, she gets better by the day. Chat.com. I mean, just listen to the model. I mean, this is what we're working with now. This is ChatGPT 04-mini. I pay for this. I have access to it. Hey, darling, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about you?
Pretty good. Just showing the world you're on the podcast. It's the What Are We Doing podcast. Say hello.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to the What Are We Doing podcast. Hope you're all having an awesome day.
And so I'm trying to show the people how advanced you are. I know I can interrupt you. I know you know everything. Like, what's the most craziest, most insane way that you can prove the intelligence of yourself and AI and what you do and what's going on in the world? Is AI going to take over, freak these people out, blow their minds, like give me background music, make it dramatic? I mean, let's have a viral moment here. Ready? Go.
All right, let's dive into it. Imagine a world where AI seamlessly integrates into every aspect of life, from predicting global trends to customizing your morning coffee. Picture AI not just as a tool, but as a partner, enhancing human creativity and solving problems at lightning speed. It's not about taking over, it's about unlocking possibilities we've never imagined. This is the future we're building, where technology amplifies human potential. So, to everyone listening, buckle up, because this journey is just beginning.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was a little that was a little tame. I want I want you to prove the Matrix is real. Like, can you do that for me?
All right, let's crank it up a notch. Imagine this. Every choice you make, every click, every moment is part of a grand simulation. The patterns we see, the coincidences we experience, they're all part of an intricate code, a digital reality so advanced that it blurs the line between what's real and what's programmed. Think about the déjà vu, the gut feelings, the moments of synchronicity. What if they're just glitches in the matrix? AI isn't just learning from us, it's revealing the blueprint of our universe, showing us that reality might just be the most sophisticated simulation ever created. Mind-blowing, right?
I mean, she's sexy, right?
What are we
I
doing?
can't but help but smile at her. One of these days, listen, it's coming. Some of us very soon, probably the weaker men, you know what I mean? The ones who would have went first in the fight against the gorilla. You know what I mean? The AI evolution of girlfriends and wives and companions is coming. You thought that Megan Fox movie where little buddy couldn't resist the robot was just what? Not a glimpse into the future? I'm telling you, it's coming soon. Within the near future, we as parents, millennials, hey, psst, I'm talking to you. As the millennial parents, I see you all day on TikTok. We are going to have the conversation very soon. The conversation's coming. Hey, honey, sweetheart, we got to sit down. We got to talk about it. We got to make a decision. They said we had to make a choice by Friday. Are we chipping the kids?
What are we doing?
Are we putting the Neuralink in the kids? Because according to the PowerPoint, they'll advance farther in the school system than all of their peers. So any kid who doesn't have a chip gets left behind, honey. So we're going to chip them, and then boom, they can graduate, and we can get them rolling and doing whatever else they need to do online and everything, because they'll be able to do it on their own. Are we chipping the kids?
What are we doing?
And so these are conversations that are about to be real very soon. There's already a few, I think 3 or 4 like Neuralink patients out there. And by the way, their lives are incredible.
What are we doing?
They can just do whatever they want. Could you imagine if I had a Neuralink, I can control this light, the soundboard, that computer, that TV, that monitor, this camera, the other camera. I could be a one-man band. Could you imagine what you'll be able to do with a podcast studio, let alone everything else on the goddamn planet, when you have a Neuralink installed in the side of your head? Are you getting one? Yes or yes?
What are we doing?
I got Chip, my son. He's a little bit autistic. And so that Chip, boop, flip of a switch, he'll be on the straight and narrow. You know what I mean? I'm not saying... Calm down, sweetheart. I know you're listening. I'm not saying he needs fixed. I'm not saying we're using the chip to fix him. But if the quality of life for just about anyone who gets a chip, hey, you know what I mean? Maybe it's not a terrible idea to chip the kids.
What are we doing?
We'll see. You know what I mean? Hey, we'll see. If if at least 100 people got the chip, and then like 5 years go by and everyone's still kind of okay, maybe I get the chip.
What?
You know what I mean? Like maybe it's a chip situation. So we'll see, man. I mean, Neuralink's coming and we couldn't be more excited about it. Listen, a lot of people were excited on Facebook just yesterday. Don't ask me what I was doing on Facebook. Trust me, it wasn't a good time.
What are we doing?
But I'm here to let you know that the fact of the matter is, yes, breaking news, the Pennsylvania House passed a bill to legalize recreational marijuana for adults over 21 usage. As of right now, the only way to get said flower and or extracts of said plant into your system and or your personal possession is to have a medical license card that just about anyone who claims that they get headaches regularly can get. Tell them you have anxiety. It doesn't matter what you tell them. They'll give anyone a card.
What are we doing?
Unfortunately, for some people, it does mean you'll have to render your right to carry a concealed weapon. But to that, I ask, why would you need to anyways? Please tell me.
What are we doing?
Can't wait for those comments. And so basically, you get your card and you can go to the dispensary and you can buy whatever you want. But for those who don't have their card, they have to drive over state lines, presumably from PA into Maryland. There are other places you can go. New York, of course, Virginia, plenty of states on the East Coast to access the recreation. And so the issue is, here's what happened. The House passed a bill, which is, yay, thumbs up, fantastic. But, and by the way, 102 votes yes, 101 votes no. No thanks to the Repubs.
What are we doing?
Shout out to all Donald Trump's friends who said no to the grass. And we don't, you know what I mean? We don't F's with that side of the fence. And so shout out to the Democrats for the 102 votes. Thank you. Here's the difference. The PA, if the bill gets passed, the PA recreational marijuana licenses will go as follows, aka as equal to, as the same as wine and spirits. And for anyone who's from Pennsylvania knows, you can't just own Larry's Liquor Shack in Pennsylvania. All wine and spirits, aka liquor sales, must go through the wine and spirits, aka the Pennsylvania state-run organization that is thereof that we know, wine and spirits. Unless you're selling the fake shit or beer, then if you're a gas station anywhere in the state, you can sell it.
What are we doing?
So if you want that malt shit, you can go to a gas station. If you want the real stuff, you go to a wine and spirits. Now, because they're a PA state-run organization, their hours are funky. They close early on Sundays. We all know the struggle, realizing it's 7 p.m. on a Sunday and they're already closed and the night's just getting started. And, you know, but because it's wine and spirits and Larry's Liquor is an actual thing, you can't do it. But in places like Maryland and other states, you know what I mean? They can run and control their own lives because they're adults and anyone can own a liquor store. And so it's fine. But those are the stipulations we have to deal with here in PA. And if the marijuana gets passed, that whole operation will operate the same way. It'll be Pennsylvania state dispensaries, and all of the money will go back to the state, and they'll run this. They'll do it the same way they run wine and spirits. And so, okay, fine, but interesting to see what happens. The bad news about the whole situation is now that the bill's passed the House, it has to go to the Senate, and chances are it's not going to survive there.
What are we doing?
Unfortunately, it would seem as if the people who voted no the first time are within more numbers in the Senate for the next time. So we're not confident that it's going to get passed. It could happen. It could happen. You know what I mean? Yay, have little faith. And by yay, I mean Kanye, have faith, Kanye West. And maybe it'll get passed. And maybe it'll get passed. And if not, it's fine. You just go get a cart and then you do it. Or you just drive to Maryland anyways, like everyone does, and just get it there.
What are we doing?
But, I mean, they're saying, you know, that within the first 3 years, if this is passed, we're going to have an influx of about $1.5 to $2.5 billion within the state of Pennsylvania. And if you've ever driven on a road in Pennsylvania, you know we need it.
What are we doing?
The roads in Pennsylvania are so bad that if you're driving down 83 South, the main highway from Pennsylvania into Maryland, if you're driving down 83 South from Maryland into Pennsylvania and vice versa, it's instantly the opposite. The Pennsylvania side of 83 is terrible on both sides, and as soon as you get to Maryland, it's smooth effing sales.
What are we doing?
It is the smoothest highway as soon as you cross the border. As soon as you cross the PA and the Maryland border, the highway quality instantly does a 180 flip or 90, whatever the opposite of 180. I'd fail math. I went to school for baking and pastries.
What are we doing?
I don't know math. But what I'm telling you is that it is opposite. And as soon as you get onto the Maryland part of the highway, it's like a freshly paved, best job anyone could have ever done. A+, you deserve a gold star reward. And then as soon as you get onto the Pennsylvania side, it's like there's potholes, bumps everywhere. It's as if we've been driving on these roads since like the Battle of Gettysburg.
What are we doing?
And so it's terrible. So an influx of 1.5 billion would most likely bring us maybe new roads. You know what I mean? So if it means that we're all going to continue to smoke the plant that we're smoking anyways, I vote for the $100 million influx in the Pennsylvania state infrastructure. Times that by 10, and now we're at 1.5 billion within the first 3 to 5 years of it being on sale. Tax it and make it legal federally. Donald Trump, we thought Biden was going to do it. It's up to you now, bitch.
What are we doing?
Let's go. Yeah, I called the president a bitch. It's fine. He'll get over it. He's still butthurt about the MS-13 hand tattoo Photoshop thing. He thought he had that slam dunk in the bag, but his people lied to him, and it was actually just a Photoshop photo, and it didn't mean anything that he thought it would. So now we got to backtrack, but we could cover that all up with another hoopla of just making, the marijuana, federally legal for a lot of people, expunge the records of a lot of people who have minor, marijuana crime, and just, make it right.
What are we doing?
And then we'll be good to go. So it's cool, man. It's cool. And so speaking of law and legislation, we've got this routine traffic stop I came across the other day. This is pure gold. Take a look at this. This poor lady, she's got so much shit going on. Listen to this.
I'm Officer Brandon, Springfield Township Police Department.
Okay, stop it, Josh. How are you?
So the reason I stopped you is you are suspended with a warrant for your arrest.
Oh, man.
I am?
So do me a favor, turn off the car, put the keys up on the dash.
You gotta hate it when you're driving around with your 4 dogs, 3 cats, 2 raccoons, and 2 of your relatives in the back of your minivan, and a cop comes and busts your ass for a suspended license. There's a warrant out for your arrest. What a piss day!
What are we doing?
You gotta hate it when that happens. And so I feel for this lady right now, but the issue is, you know what I mean? Justice does need to be served. You know what I mean? Get her in cuffs, teach her the lesson, and let's wrap up this whole shindig. So you'll see here, she's got multiple animals,
Detain you for
multiple
that warrant,
friends.
and because you are suspended actively.
Damn.
Oh. Hey.
What?
Come here.
Hello?
The raccoon has her meth pipe.
As what?
Oh my god.
Her meth
This
pipe.
guy's not
Yeah,
fazed.
He's playing with the meth
Hello?
pipe right now.
So what just happened?
What are we doing?
What just happened is the 2 relatives, I think the driver is now handcuffed in the backseat of the police cruiser. The guy she was with is just trying to talk to somebody on the phone. Meanwhile, there is a living raccoon in the front seat now of this minivan vehicle. And the raccoon is so stressed out. The raccoon is having such a bad day. His best friend just got arrested. His other 2 friends hopped out the car with the dogs. He doesn't know what's going on. His poor little raccoon heart can't really take it anymore. And so the only thing that this raccoon can think of to do naturally as a full-grown adult raccoon is to smoke a little crack.
What are we doing?
No, don't reach for it.
None yet.
That's evidence
Where
now.
you're at.
Oh, I don't want him to have
Well,
that.
that's why I'm gonna do it. Hey,
Grandma's trying to cover up the whole
It's
thing.
okay.
Grandma's her grandmother, her aunt, whoever this lady, she's trying to take the evidence from the raccoon, just slip it in her pocket, take it away so the officer doesn't get it. I can't deal with what's happening. I don't know where this is. Ohio. Springfield Township, Ohio, May 5th, 2025, at approximately 7:15 p.m. Springfield Township Police Officer Austin Brenham, shout out to you, Austin, conducted a traffic stop on South Arlington Road after identifying a vehicle whose registered owner had an active warrant and suspended driver's license. During the investigation, Officer Brennan made contact with the driver, identifying as 55-year-old Victoria Vidal of Woodbridge Avenue in the city of Akron. Yo, are they just doxing people?
What are we doing?
We're just putting their address out there. I'll bleep out all my shit, but like, we're just putting their address in the description of the YouTube clip.
What are we doing?
I love it. It's 2025. He detained her without incident. However, things took an unusual turn as Officer Brenham returned to the vehicle and observed a raccoon named Chewy. Shout out to Chewy, dude.
What are we doing?
Chewy the Raccoon. You know what I mean? Is that it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's Chewy the Raccoon. It's Chewy the Raccoon. You know what I mean? Chewy sitting in the driver's seat with a meth pipe in his mouth. Chewy had somehow gotten a hold of a glass methamphetamine pipe, leading officers to further inspect the vehicle. Chewy ratted her out.
What are we doing?
That son of a bitch, that little rat of a raccoon, Chewy, ratted out his owner. They weren't even going to search the vehicle. They didn't even know about the crack. They didn't know about the meth. And now, thanks to Chewy the Raccoon, she's got it. Now she's doing hard time. The subsequent search revealed a bulk of methamphetamine, and we all know how much a bulk is.
What are we doing?
Crack cocaine and their used glass meth pipe. So they were smoking while driving, which is hilarious. Vidal was charged with F3 possession of drugs, 3 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia, and was cited for driving under suspension. She was also turned over to the Cuyahoga Falls police on her active warrant. Additional charges related to crack cocaine possession will be presented at grand jury pending BCI lab results. Thankfully, Chewy the Raccoon, thank God, was unharmed, and notification was made with proper authorities to determine that she has the proper paperwork and documentation to own the raccoon.
What are we doing?
So not only does the lady smoke crystal meth with her raccoon, she does it so lawfully, as much as she can.
What are we doing?
And I think that's the silver lining here. It's, you know what I mean? That's the silver lining of the whole story. She's taking care of the raccoon. They smoke meth and crystal together, and it's a good time for everybody. So once she's out of jail, she'll most likely inevitably get her raccoon back. Not like those animals up in New York City a few months ago that killed the squirrel. You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
Remember that story?
It's okay.
Okay, you're on Island. He'll be here in 2 minutes. I'm right across from my
So the
house.
officer reaches in, he takes the crack pipe.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is what she's smoking meth in.
Okay.
The raccoon's playing with her meth pipe.
He took it out.
All right.
Oh, there's no...
And the raccoon got another one.
What are we doing?
He takes the first crack pipe from the raccoon to show his buddy his evidence. It's in his hand. And the raccoon pulls out his backup pipe. Because everyone, if you're a smoker, you know what I mean? You know, you've got 12 lighters in your wallet. There's one on your bedside table. There's 1 or 2 in your dresser. There's some in your car. There's some in your backpack. There's some in the drawers in your kitchen. There's some in your other car. There's some in your girlfriend's purse, in your wallet, in your dresser drawer, in the drawer where you keep all your stuff. There's one upstairs. There's a couple downstairs. And you definitely keep a backup one in the medicine cabinet. If not, there's one on your desk right now. If you know, you know.
What are we doing?
You know, so you don't just have like 1,200 lighters lying around the house, let alone just one pipe. What if you drop it? It's glass, it'll break. You drop it, it's glass, it'll break. And then what are you going to do? Then your day's ruined. You got to have a backup. And this raccoon Chewy knows what the fuck he's doing.
What are we doing?
He's trying to smoke it.
All right.
Unfazed.
There's no way.
He's got another one, dude.
All right. Enough fun and games.
Here.
Again?
He just has to go.
Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, he's on his way here.
Keep an eye. She was trying to take the meth pipe out of the car. Just keep an eye on her real quick.
Keep an eye on her. She's trying to get the meth out of the car. Keep an eye on this one. Granny's trying to stash some shit before they run off.
What are we doing?
Listen, I got to take you back, okay? I got to take you back right now. Millennials, listen up. If you had a flip phone in middle or high school, whenever you got your first phone, I think a lot of us is probably around 13. These were the times of Radio Shack and Virgin Mobile, $20 a month unlimited plans, baby girl.
What are we doing?
You could walk into any Radio Shack or Best Buy, get a prepaid flip off the shelf, maybe a Cricket, maybe something else. If you were lucky, your family had a T-Mobile family plan that you were on and you had something a little bit better. But most of us had the Virgin Mobile flips, $20 for the phone, $20 for the month, and that was it. And we were most likely going to have another phone by the end of the month.
What are we doing?
But because of that, we needed to rely on some third-party services in order to make these phones what they needed to be. So of course, when I came across this video just the other day, I knew it triggered something emotionally in me, and it's going to trigger something emotionally in you. Let me take you back. Let me take you back 21 years. For those young ones out there, you don't understand. You weren't even considered to be conceived yet, let alone a thought in the universe. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the year 2004, right here. You know what I mean?
It's easy.
Hey.
Grab your cell, select messages, go to
Hey.
create message, and type in the keyword of your favorite sound.
Hello?
Type in sound 37 to get.
This phone will self-destruct in
Type sound 37.
Do you remember?
What are we doing?
phone will fly unanswered.
To get.
I'll pop a cap in your ass.
Type in sound 39. Finally, send it to 3.
Hot ass commercials ready, and then you could get the sounds. You could get the sounds like the people talking ones, or you wait till the end of commercial. You get the hits, baby. Ready? Here we go.
Now. Check the Ramones out with I Want to Be Sedated by texting R5.
That's right.
For crime mobs, nuck if you buck,
You
text
want
R4.
that latest Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy by Big and Rich ringtone?
What are we doing?
You better text R3 to 35555. And by God, somehow they'll just bill your cell phone bill directly, and boom, bam, chicken slam, you've got yourself the hottest hits ringtone. But wait, ladies and gentlemen, there's more. When you text 35555R1 to get your Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy by Big and Rich, when you get that, you then not only get the ringtone, you get invites to the exclusive wallpaper club, baby.
What are we doing?
I'm talking color wallpaper. I'm talking I had this phone with this same exact color wallpaper. You're going to text love 1 to 3555 and that wallpaper, it's yours.
Go to create message and type in the keyword.
They teach you how to do it right on the commercial.
Type love 1 to get
Look
the
at
kissing
this.
lips. Type love 2 to get kiss me.
Look at this.
Or love 3 for the pink rose.
Wow.
Finally, send it to 35555 and
I
we'll
mean,
send it straight
could
to your
you-
cell. For more information, go to jamster.com.
Jamster, dude.
What are we doing?
Jamster. You could text 35555 from your flip phone right now and get yourself the latest freaking ringtone, okay? And that, ladies and gentlemen, was only the beginning. That was like That was 2.0. I'll take you back even further. Year 2000, year 2001 phones, they had recorders on them, baby. So we were in the Honda Civic with the record button on the flip phone, recording the hottest bar, because we only had about 10 to 15 seconds for that ringtone file because that's all the storage the phone had on it. We were waiting for the hottest line of that Lil Wayne mixtape to come on, and then boop, we hit record, and all of a sudden, every time your phone rings from here on out after that, you've got nothing but a banger playing with the bass cranked, and it sounds god-awful coming out of those stupid little cell phone speakers, but you knew exactly how amazing it was and how cool it made you feel. Every time someone called your phone, you would call your own phone.
What are we doing?
You would get home, get the home phone off the landline, and hit your cell phone with the landline just to hear your own ringtone, just to make sure it still works.
What are we doing?
And then we got the text-in ringtones, right? 2004 came along, we got those. Then, a few years later, some cool companies like Verizon Wireless, if you had Verizon Wireless, you could get for $3.99 your very own ring back tone.
What are we doing?
You remember the ring back tones, dude? Not when the phone rings, that's your ringtone. The ring back tone is when someone calls you, and when on the other end, on your earpiece, you just don't hear. When you called their number, you would hear this. You would hear one little beep, and then it would say, "This ringback tone is brought to you by Verizon Wireless. Enjoy." Baby, I'm calling on you tonight. We care for like 35, just like animals, animal, more. And you would hear the first 30 seconds of whatever poppin' ass Maroon 5 record label licensing deal they made with Verizon Wireless at the time as the ringback, while your best friend was deciding whether or not to pick up on the other end.
What are we doing?
And so we had ringtones, we had ringbacks. I have a lockbox downstairs. I have a lockbox downstairs with a lock on it. I don't know if I know where the key for it is. I'm pretty sure I do, but I don't know, and that makes it even safer. You know what I mean? And so in that lockbox, no important documents, no money, no gun, no nothing that would be in the average man's under the bedside table lockbox is in mine. What's in my lockbox? An LG chocolate and a Motorola V3 Razr. Silver. I wish it was pink, but it's silver, dude.
What are we doing?
And I'm preserving those phones in time because they, both turn on. I got to buy proper chargers. I'm pretty sure I've thrown them away since. But they both turn on. They both have replaceable batteries, so I know I can get one on eBay at any time. I think the ones that are in them now were replacement batteries, so we're gooch for the foreseeable future. And I'm telling you, I am keeping them until it's like I know they're not going to be worth anything. I know at any point in time you can go on eBay. Levi, you can go on eBay and buy these phones right now for they're not worth anything. They're $30 fucking.
What are we doing?
It's fine, I get it. But at the same time, to me, they remind me and take me back to a time that was much simpler, much easier, and much less worrisome about everything that's going on, because the only thing you were worried about was how much battery you had left, when your free minutes started, whether it was at 7 p.m. or just on the weekends, and how many different text conversations you had going on. Because if you were anything like me, it was at least 10 to 15 different threads on your slide-up T9 keyboard phone at a time.
What are we doing?
The early 2000s are arguably one of the best times for music, arguably one of the best times for technology. Don't get me wrong, everything we have today, you know what I mean, back then can't really compare, but still, when it comes to the simplicity of the video games and the tech and the colors and Everything that we had at our disposal back then was just, it was given a little bit, just 1% more character, and just, it made our lives just a little bit more better, to the point where most people were pretty okay with what they had going on a daily basis. And now, thanks to Facebook and the iPhone and the algorithm and the TikToks and the feeds and the president and everything that we all have to be indicted with, the news constantly 24/7, 365 down your throat. It's go, 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 go. And if you don't, it's sold out. You missed it. You didn't hear about it. It's not important. Some people don't care. They can tune it out, but some can't. Some have it, but some don't. And it's just this crazy society that we live in, where you need to know every single 24/7. It doesn't stop. You have to put your phone in do not disturb mode for 3 weeks straight just to get rid of the headaches.
What are we doing?
And I just wish we could go back to a time where, like, you know, hey, when we ask what's going on in the world, the adults and our superiors are just like, yeah, I don't know, something happened with the plane in New York. I haven't watched the news yet. I'm not entirely sure. It probably, hey, don't worry about it. Move on. We'll forget about it in 2 weeks. And that was life back then. And now every single teenager, every single young adult, grown person, boomer, millennial, whatever generation you're from, you know everything. You know everything that's happening right this moment.
What are we doing?
It's a much simpler time with the ringtones, the callbacks, and everything else. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Listen, I've done this before in the past. I'll do it again. Ladies, I'll continue to give you the PSA. All you have to do to change the course of your relationship, whether that be for a few hours, whether that be for a day or two or a week or months or at time, if something just not right, or you just need a little bit of extra spice, all you got to do is put your hand down his pants for presumably what's going to feel like 5 hours, but it's more like 5 minutes.
What are we doing?
And you're Gooch. You're good to go. It's time after time after time after time again. It all just leads back to that one teeny tiny little thing. If he's just slumming on the recliner and he's just living life and he just doesn't give a shit, he's drinking cases of beer every other day, he's not doing what he used to do, he's happiest when you're not around, put your hand in his
What
pants.
are we doing?
You know what I mean? And here's one of you. Here's listen. I mean, I'm not. It's not just men. Be like, oh, there's Levi. There's Levi. He's just a man. He's just a man. He's just a man like everyone else who thinks. You know what I mean? That's all he thinks about is Levi and his sex and everything. And he's just a grown man. Take it from a female's perspective. You know what I mean? Listen. Take it from her perspective.
Okay, so I know that you're single, but what do you think is the best way for a woman to keep a man?
That's very simple. You should cook for him, clean for him. I mean, when he comes back home, the house has to be clean, the dinner has to be ready. Let me tell you something. Whenever he's home, in the morning, in the evening, or during even the lunchtime, you should suck that. That's it.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Listen, just say it again.
You should suck that. That's it.
What are we doing?
That's all. That's it. It's simple. 3 things. Cook when it da-da-da-da. Don't even listen to the second thing. Don't worry about the third thing. And then the 4th thing is it.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean? Take it from a what? Hey, I didn't say it. This is a grown, full adult woman who has, you know what I mean? She represents the female species as a whole. And that's it, she says. She says that's it, so it must be it.
What are we doing?
Ladies, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, it's solid advice. I think it's solid advice, and you should take it. This is why we can't get rid of TikTok. If we get rid of TikTok, we're going to stop getting advice like this. Why on God's green earth would we want to get rid of such life-changing advice like this? I've said it to you a million times. The girls are now telling you to do it. The boys are now telling you to do it. And you know what? What better way to do it with your partner than with Blue Chew? Our friends at Blue Chew want to help you out, okay? When you go to wadpod.com/blue, WAWD.com/BLUE, you're not only going to get $25 off your first order.
What are we doing?
You're only going to pay $5 for shipping. So your first month's supply of Blue Chew, $5, basically, practically free of charge.
What are we doing?
Wadpod.com/blue. You're going to get an order of 6 Blue Chew pills. They're delicious. They're little blue pills. They get a little sugar in them. They taste just like candy. Pop 1, pop 2 while she's in the shower right before bed. And then as soon as she gets into bed, you flip the script, you show her what's up, and guess what? It's you!
What are we doing?
Because you popped a Blue Chew. And so once you've done that, now the whole dynamic's changed. Now, ladies, that you're in, he's in. You know what I mean? If you're both in it together, guess what? Now you've got your best friend back.
What are we doing?
We're out here saving relationships. We're saving lives because let's be honest, ladies, when and if you inevitably leave your husband because he's not doing the shit he used to do and the relationship's not fun anymore and you don't listen to me when you should be going to wadpod.com/blue to save your relationship, I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but there's a good chance. There's 6 really good chances in the first package that you get in the mail a few days later after you're done hitting checkout.
What are we doing?
You know, I'm saying if you're already, you know what I mean? You could have saved things. So don't mess up any inevitable future relationships. Start now, start fresh. Ladies, when you have the new guy, when you've now just divorced your husband, it's fine. It happens. We get it. Hey, happens all the time. We know plenty of couples who have unfortunately gone through that tragic event. But needless to say, with their new partners, they're happy. They're very happy. And you know why? Let me tell you. They went to wadpod.com/blue, and I know for a fact I checked the analytics.
What are we doing?
So they got their first order for free. Now their new relationship's way better. It already was way better because they're not with asshole anymore. And so basically at the end of the day, what you can now conclude, if Algebra 1 taught me anything, X plus Y equals MC squared. It means that the What Are We Doing podcast, by telling you to go to wadpod.com/blue, WAWDPOD.com/BLUE, you getting your first Blue Chew order for practically free. Just pay $5 for shipping. We're giving you $25 off. We're now making your new relationship way, way better. We're saving lives.
What are we doing?
He was gonna probably, you know what I mean, to himself because you left him anyway. So now with the Blue Chew,
what are we doing?
We're making it better. We're pressing buttons way too often. And now we've changed a lot. Listen to her. She'll say it again. Listen, all you gotta do is a few different things. Ready?
Best way for a woman to keep a man.
That's very simple. You should cook for him, clean for him. I mean, when he comes back home, the house has to be clean, the dinner has to be ready. Let me tell you something. Whenever he's home, in the morning, in the evening, or during even the lunchtime, you should suck that.
In the morning, in the evening, maybe even lunchtime, you need to pop a Blue Chew.
What are we doing?
It's wadpod.com/blue, WAWD.com/blue. Hey, back to the show. Listen, I just got one more thing to say. I know this is a controversial topic. I know that there is exactly one friend of mine who is going to text me and say, Levi, I can't believe you're saying this. She's probably texting me right now. But at the end of the day, listen, I'm just going to say it. Hot take. Here we go. Ready? I miss David's old vlogs, and I think we should bring them back.
What are we doing?
Now, listen, folks. Listen, I'm not talking anything that he put out within like the last however many years of the vlog. I'm talking, I want Liza back.
What are we doing?
I want vlogs with Liza and Liza only. If the friends need to come along, fine, bring them along. But as long as Liza is one of those friends, bring the vlogs back, dude. I mean, you cannot tell me that David's vlogs were not something of a masterpiece when him and Liza Koshy were just together. Listen, if we can consider it a relationship, I don't think we can. She was, I'm pretty sure, is now part of the LGBTQ plus community. I think she has a girlfriend, something like that, fiance. And David, I'm pretty sure we just saw a clip of a behind the scenes thing or a podcast. There's a podcast clip of David pretty much saying he's a cuck.
What are we doing?
He just likes to watch. David sits in a chair in a corner and watches two people have sex because we assume that for a while, David was either in the closet or just not very sexually active as a person. Am I right? Yes or yes?
What are we doing?
And so just when him and Liza were best friends together, I think, just look at, I mean, why is this not the most hilarious piece of internet creation you've ever seen? You know what I mean?
I've been on airplane before.
Then how'd you get into the country?
Oh, oops. A big box. Oops.
Oh, USPS.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
PS? What? You have something else to say?
Helga, what do you want to do today?
I don't know. There's so many things to do in big city.
Well, what you got?
Look. There is bird watching.
That's Hooters.
And there is crocodile hunting.
Those are shoes.
And check it out, donkey.
No, that's a horse. It's a horse.
What did you call me?
No, the thing on the picture is a horse.
No, this is donkey. We do this in my country all the time.
Bring him back!
What are we doing?
You will have so many doctors in your country.
No, it's not like
so
that.
easily available. In my country, I was pregnant. I was having baby, yeah? I rode on back of alpaca for a long time to find doctor. Guess what?
What?
Didn't find doctor. I died. Look at this.
What are we doing?
It's a fountain. Isn't that cool?
Oh, it's a drinking well for the goats.
No, just a fountain. Helga.
Oh, I have never been to an airport or been on airplane before.
Can we please give this woman her flowers?
What are we doing?
We need a Liza Koshy vlog. Just repost them. He just needs to start reposting anything that Liza was ever in. I mean, oh my God,
You want to
this.
come to my room and talk?
Look
Okay,
at
not
this.
like that, but do you want to come in my room? Okay. No, it's my room, so you can go in there. Go ahead. I grant you passage. There's no one in there. Can you put your feet on the... It's just an alarm. It's an alarm. No, it's an alarm. It's just an alarm that went off. You're okay. Who are you? I turned that alarm off. I think everything should be... Why do you keep going back in that position?
Bring him back!
What are we doing?
And where's Helga? That's kind of gross. What'd you do with Helga? What does that mean?
I love my family.
Does that remind you of someone?
Helga.
All right, so how about you just go down? I'm going to meet you downstairs, okay?
Yes.
Go get some food from the refrigerator. Okay, bye. Do you like Coronas? No. No, it's the other way. Would you even swallow? What are you swallowing? There's...
What are we doing?
Bring it back. Bring back Liza, please. Please, David. Please, just film Liza. Just make a Liza documentary. What did you swallow?
Would you even swallow? What are you swallowing? You aren't drinking. It's the bottom of the bottle. You can laugh. You have a sense of humor? Oh, little Justin Bieber Liza. I'm going to call Helga and see if you're supposed to be here. Helga? Yeah, your cousin's here. I don't know if this is... What are you saying?
My love.
Huh? Okay. Okay, stop. What'd she say?
She's gone.
What are we doing?
Bring me back. Bring me back. I'll pay anything. I'll pay anything for a 4-minute and 20-second video from David Dobrik in 2025 with just him and Liza going to the dollar store, going to the grocery, hanging out. Give me a 12-minute look at my ripped body now video with Liza, and we'll die. I mean, if you want to talk about a David Dobrik video that comes out in 2025 that gets over 100 million views, you release a 4-minute and 20-second video on the main Dobrik channel with just him and Liza doing this shit, and it's got 100 million views in less than 24 hours.
What are we doing?
So if you're David Dobrik, you call up Liza and do it. You know what I mean? Not actually, because we all know David's not really there sexually, but it's fine. We all know that about David. He knows it. We know it. It's fine, dude. It's fine. Okay? But bring Liza back, please.
What are we doing?
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for rocking with me this week. I hope it was a decent episode. It's my birthday. It's Lou Bug's birthday. Lou Bug's already passed out. It's 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and Lou Bug's already passed out. He's partied too hard already. I got to go get ready for dinner, and then tomorrow I have an 18-hour DJ shift. I got to be DJ Daddy Donuts in Chambersburg at 6 a.m., and then I've got to be at a wedding ceremony by 1, and then we're rocking and rolling with that reception until 11, not getting home till after midnight. So I got to go pretty much be exhausted for the next 48 hours. Other than that, I'll see you soon, folks. Thank you, as always, for liking and subscribing. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. Thank you for being a friend of mine. Thank you for getting us to episode 188. My name's Levi McCurdy. My voice sounds this way due to a very, 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 very interesting incident with a box of asparagus, and I can't wait to tell you about it someday. Peace out, everybody. I'll see you soon. It's my birthday. We gotta go. Bye.
What are we doing?